Now, moving on to the next line development. The important thing is, for beginners, when you're developing your line, what happens when people with network experience or similar backgrounds see this? There are people who think, oh, I want to get this person to work, so I'll put people on their left and right to get them moving. In the end, it's about raising two leaders on each side. But in my experience, as someone without network experience, that's not easy. So if things get too spread out, there are actually fewer people who really immerse themselves in Atomy. I had a meal meeting with some Chinese partner leaders. If I hadn't taught them about line development at that time, everything would have just been scattered. That's what I told them. You need to have family members sign up with family and friends sign up with friends. Do you know why? You need to ask them like this. Why? Because we don't have any mandatory rules. Our job is to turn people who are just lying down into B. So for example, let's say I sponsored 100,000 points. But let's say you signed up a capable person named A on the right side here. B is the capable person. But even if I want to accumulate points for B, let's say there are number 1 and number 2 below here. If I put 100,000 points into number 2, it only connects upward and B can't receive the sponsorship. So even if someone is really capable or seems like they do well with Atomy, since there's nothing visibly coming down to them, they end up quitting in the end. That's what I was saying. Oh, I was going to add someone here, but I guess that's not going to work. If we hadn't met or had this meeting today, it could have been a big problem. So everyone, you really need to teach them how to build their lines quickly from the start. If you explain it like this, it naturally leads to you just building 2 lines straight down. Then, as it branches out like a bunch of grapes, but you need to explain this first step before anything else. There's a huge difference between people who do and don't explain this, everyone. That's why, after the session, my partner boss, sponsor, thank you so much. That was almost a disaster. Things almost got scattered here, so I always say this. I always talk about avoiding dispersion.